Welcome back to the channel where truth is spoken, healing is honored, and growth is the mission. Welcome to Family Focused, the Healing the Roots movement. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about something very sensitive, and that is how survival mode shows up in a particular profession, specifically sex workers. Oops, I said it. Yep. Let's talk about something uncomfortable, not to judge, but to understand. Let's talk about survival and how survival can shape decisions so deeply that they start to look like identity. When we talk about sex workers, most people go straight to morality. They go straight to labeling. They go straight to opinion. But very few people ask the real question. What state was this person in when this became an option? Because survival mode doesn't ask, is this aligned? It asks, will this get me through? Survival mode is not a personality, it's a condition. And in that condition, your body, your time, your energy, everything becomes a resource. Something to trade, something to exchange, something to use to stay afloat. Now let's go deeper, because this is not just about sex work. This is about value, and more specifically, self-value, and also more specifically, the absence of it. If a person was never taught their value, never shown their worth, never affirmed in who they are beyond what they can give, then they don't move through life from a place of self-worth or self-value. They move through life from a place of transaction. And when you live transactionally, you start asking questions like, what do I have that someone else wants? What can I offer to secure safety? What do I need to give to survive? Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable again, because society tends to isolate sex workers. But the truth is, survival-based decisions show up in many forms, and sex working is just one of them. Let's talk about relationships. There are women who marry wealthy men, but not all of them are coming from the same place. There's a woman who marries a wealthy man because she sees him as her equal. She's grounded, she's stable, she knows her value. She's not looking to be saved. She's choosing a partner who reflects her standard. That relationship is built on alignment. And then there's a woman who marries wealthy because her survival depends on it. Or at least that's what she tells herself. Because stability feels out of reach on her own. Because she has learned consciously or unconsciously that security must come from someone else. That relationship is built on dependency. From the outside, they may look the same lifestyle, same environment, same outcomes, but internally, completely different foundations. One is choosing, the other is needing. And this is the same lens we must apply when we talk about sex workers, because many are not operating from empowerment. They are operating from necessity. And necessity will override identity every single time. So instead of asking, why would she do that? We need to start asking, this makes sense. What conditions made this decision, this choice make sense? Because people don't wake up one day and decide, I want to disconnect from my worth. That is a process, a slow erosion. It happens when your environment teaches you that your value is tied to what you can give. It happens when your experiences teach you that love must be earned. It happens when your reality teaches you that survival comes before self. And over time, you stop seeing yourself as something to protect and start seeing yourself as something to use. That is not empowerment. That is adaptation. Now, let's be clear. This is not about shaming anyone. This is about restoring awareness, because healing doesn't begin with judgment. It begins with understanding. When a person begins to truly understand their value, their decisions start to shift. Not because someone told them to change, but because what once felt necessary no longer aligns. They stop asking, "What can I trade?" and start asking, "What am I worthy of without exchange?" That is the shift from survival to stabilization to thriving. And until we address value at the root, we will continue to see survival patterns play out in different forms, in different industries, in different relationships, wearing different labels. But it's all the same core issue. A person who was never taught their worth, trying to survive in a world that requires them to know it. A person who was never taught their worth, trying to survive in a world that requires them to know their worth. If this message hits home, it's not because you're broken, it's because you're waking up. And healing begins where awareness starts. If this helps you, like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep healing one truth at a time. Healing the nation, one child at a time. And before I go, I'd like to say hi to my now 430 subscribers. And thank you to those of you who interact with my content. See you on the next video.